We just talked about two different ways that people use digital identities, and it's important at this point to clarify them very specifically. So one was a claim, which is about a claim is an assertion by one entity, an organization, or a person about another one. It has two pieces, a claimer and a claimant, or a subject, sorry. The subject of the claims about. You can make claims about yourself. I could claim that I live in the East Bay, or I could claim that I'm a woman, and other people might point and validate those claims. But we can make self-assertions, and we can also have people or institutions make claims about us. So an example on a basic level is most people in the Western world have a birth certificate, and the birth certificate makes a claim about when the person's birthday was, when they emerged from their mother's womb. So this is an example of an institution, namely a county or a provincial government issuing a claim, and you carry around this piece of paper your whole life, and it makes people believe it because it comes from them. The state issues driver's license. So you go through a process, and it says, yes, you have a driver's license. So it bestows the privilege of driving upon you, but it also gives you this claim that you have and a tool to sort of prove claims to other people with that. A different form of identity is an identifier, and that's a specific pointer. So in both the instances that I articulated, a birth certificate and a driver's license, they have numbers on them that identify that particular document. Another example would be a social security number. It identifies you, gives you a number in that whole giant number space of social security numbers. Another example is a phone number. This gives you a number in the context of the global phone system, and it's a network of numbers administered internationally by an institution called the International Telecommunications Union. So, and it has an endpoint. It does something at the end of it. It makes phone calls, it does SMSs, it provides you services. Another kind of identifier is a URL, which is an endpoint at the end of the internet network that resolves usually to a web page, but it could also do other things. So one of the things that's come out recently is a way for endpoints to have services attached to them, so that you could understand if there was an email address there, or somebody's calendar service, or a photo service. So you can articulate using a standard called XRD something that an endpoint does. Another simple form of identifier is an email address, and that does one thing too. It accepts emails. So you can see the difference between claims and identifier. Claims having this two-part structure, and identifiers just being pointers in a namespace to specific people or entities.